Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mike Thompson. I'm Deanna's older brother. I am her only brother. Deanna, you look absolutely beautiful. It's clear you got the looks of the family. Mike, you look pretty dapper as well. That suit is sharp as a knife. Come with me on a trip back in time. It all started June 4th, 1992. There I was, watching Barney, bottle in hand. Life was pretty perfect for a 2-year-old. It was then that Deanna made her entrance. She cried, she ate all the food, and she hogged Mom's attention. We had entered a new era, AD, after D. Fast forward a few years, Dee and I are the dynamic duo. Woody and Buzz, Jake and Elroy, Han Solo and Chewbacca. Okay, I'm not as hairy as Chewbacca. I think my mom realized she was in trouble when she went to check in on her precious, adorable children watching TV, and what she found was me standing over Deanna, Sharpie in my hand, drawing makeup on her face. Deanna, you were just giggling right along. Dee Dee looked very peaty. I asked Dee if she wanted me to do her makeup for the wedding. She said, not a chance in hell. Lots of younger siblings look up to their older siblings. I was always reminded to be a good role model to Deanna. Turns out my parents should have told Deanna to be the good role model. Fun fact, first time I ever smoked weed was with Dee. Sorry. That's a fun fact. Dee, you've always said you looked up to me, but I'm not sure I've ever told you this. When we were growing up, I really was the one looking up to you. You are hands down the funniest person I know. You're so confident, and you're never afraid to speak your mind. I always admire how quickly you can make a room roll with laughter. To me, you are fearless. But when it comes to funny, Deanna met her true match in Brittany Liptak. Brittany has a little sister named Sydney, who is very close in age to our cousin Christina. I vividly remember Deanna and Brittany convincing Christina that it would be fun to try to suspend her to a tree trunk in front of our house using saran wrap. There was Dee holding Christina to the tree while Brittany ran around the trunk with a roll of saran wrap. To our amazement, it worked. And there was Christina wrapped to the tree, her feet dangling a few inches from the ground, Brittany and Dee rolling on the ground with laughter, Christina laughing right along with them, wrapped to the tree. While I myself am more introverted and reserved, Dee is a social butterfly. In high school, Dee had lots of friends and went to lots of parties, and to me, she was just the coolest. I have always admired your charisma and appetite for adventure, and for those of you who know Dee, she loves a good time. In high school, Dee became very close friends with Nikki and Kelsey. They were inseparable. I always imagined them as the Powerpuff Girls, but with a little less power and a lot more puff. I always love to hear about the parties they went to and the trouble they got in. Most of the stories are not wedding speech material, but if you ask Nikki and Kelsey, they might tell you. But let's just say one of the stories involved them getting kicked out of the House of Blues and trying to convince the bouncer with a British accent that they were of legal drinking age back home and didn't realize the legal age was 21 in the States. Deanna made another lifelong friend in Jordan when she was going to Worcester State College, and the two of them moved into the infamous Tatnook Apartments. Their themed parties were legendary. A toga party comes to mind in particular, which might have not been obvious to the neighbors, since some of the guests misheard the theme and thought it was a yoga party. Theme or no theme, drinks were had, people wandered the Tatnock halls drunk, and a fire extinguisher was set off. The reason we know this happened was because the owners of the building called Dee and Jordan's parents the next morning and threatened to throw them out of the building immediately. Jordan and Dee could come up with any excuse to throw a party, and Memorial Day was no exception. The theme of the party? More flags, more fun. They needed flags, and Jordan knew just the guy. If any of you have seen him on a patriotic holiday, Mike might as well be Uncle Sam. His spirit animal is most definitely a bald eagle. Well, Mike came to Tatnock with enough flags to cover the entire apartment. Long story short, Mike made his move that night and asked to stay the night and was told by Deanna, "Sure, but you have to sleep on this half-inflated air mattress on my bedroom floor." Well, Mike obliged, and he left before Deanna was gone, but he was sure to leave a love letter. And at the end of the letter was the poetic sentiment, "You're classier than a bag of bagels." Well, spending a weekend with Deanna's bridesmaids made it clear to me Deanna puts her friendships and her relationships above all else in her life. It just makes sense that through one of Deanna's most cherished friendships, Jordan would introduce Dee to the most important and valuable relationship of their life. It's no wonder all the hard work Dee puts into those friendships would pay off in finding her best friend and lifelong partner. From one Mike to another, Deanna is my best friend, and there is without a doubt in my mind that she will be yours until death do you part. Here's to the bride and groom, the classiest bag of bagels I have ever met. I love you. I love you.
Oh, man. Wow. You had Brianna falling over laughing.
Love you.